Okay, this entire workout slash video, pelvic floor day 2, is going to be done laying down. If you're more comfortable, you can lay on the floor. This can be done just as well. I like to have my feet on the rim. Okay, I'm just coming up and doing a pelvic tuck up a little high, and I'm holding it, and then I'm coming down. Now, I'm just going to be bringing my knees in and then tapping them down. And the whole time you're doing these, you have to really keep everything engaged. I really felt my muscles when I did this because I tightened them as though I had something pushing against them every time I lifted my knees. So this is really going to work you if you engage your core, your glutes, and your pelvic floor. So I like to do a little rest in between. Now I'm coming up and I'm going to hold, and then I'm going to bring my knees in and then hold. Just remember to keep the core, glutes, and pelvic floor muscles engaged. lift our legs up, and then I'm going to start bringing them down slowly, and then I'm going to take them apart and do a circle. I have them together coming up, and then I'm going to circle them and bring them together coming down. And you do this with everything engaged. It's like you're meditating and holding tight onto a muscle, and that's how I did all the videos so far, of just holding tight my core and my glutes, and especially my pelvic floor muscles. Feet on the rim. I have my feet a little bit more, about shoulder width apart, and I'm going to come up and I'm just going to do pulsing, pulse tucks, and just tighten it up each time you go up and you go down. It's hard to tell, but I'm just rounding my back, pushing my back into the rebounder and tucking my glutes up. It's a very subtle move. I'm doing that several times, and that just stretches out my lower back. I just do it a couple times. Now, so you can see it slightly that I'm doing it. I'm bringing it up, and then I'm just holding it. I like to do moves in between for my lower back. And that's what I'm doing. I'm not coming up very far, but it's still effective. It's very slight as I'm bringing it up, but I'm still holding and engaging. And I found by seeing my facial expressions on some of the ones I was doing, you could tell I was working very, very hard. And not just doing the move and not thinking about it. Now I'm coming up in a pelvic tuck, and I'm circling my hips one way, and I'm holding tight as I'm doing it. I'm going around in one direction, slow and very controlled, and being aware of which muscles I'm using. It's slow, and I'm coming around. I'm not touching the mat. I'm going around in one circle. Now I'm going to take a little rest, and then I'm going to come up and go in the other direction, circle in the other direction. Next, I'm coming up and I'm just bringing my knees and inner thighs together, and I'm tightening up my inner thighs as though something's pushing against them. I'm fighting it and I'm pushing as hard as I can, as though I have a ball or something that I'm pushing against. And I will probably do like 10. Take this little rest, come up, and then do 10 more. Now I'm going to come up and I'm just going to pulse by bringing the knees and the inner thighs together. And I do have my feet apart, probably shoulder width apart, but I'm doing the pulsing and bringing my knees together, and then I rest in between. I usually do about 10, since it's 10 minutes, that's how I'm doing it. This is a pelvic tilt tuck, and I'm just swinging slowly though, side to side. I'm moving one hip and then bringing the other hip out. Hip, hip. I think I do about 10 to each side. Now I'm going to repeat that again, side to side. It's subtle, but you have to exaggerate. Each time you go side to side, and keep your core, glutes, and pelvic floor engaged, and just tighten that area as tight as you can. Now I'm going to come up a lot higher and still do the pelvic tuck. And keep that up there, and I have my feet shoulder width apart, and I'm just going to hold that and keep the tuck position. I'm just going to do this until the end, which is less than a minute, a little half a minute left. I'm just going to hold that and engage it. Hold it and engage it.